Hello, hello. How do you do? I am Dragon. And if you haven't, or if you have, been up with the dates of Monster Hunter Wilds, you would know that October 23rd is the day that they're going to do a whole live stream, showing off more wild stuff. Now, um, I have been keeping up to date with the wild stuff since the video I posted months ago show the video. I have things in the back burner I have not released yet, because I didn't feel like it, so there's that. But other than that, yes, October 23rd, new, well, possibly new stuff revealed, live stream, and maybe another trailer, unlike I predicted last time or so. Now, what I have in mind is the theory of this trailer and how we might be getting a new locale and obviously new monsters. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it's no surprise that there has been a good amount of monsters shown, and obviously a good amount of element monsters shown. We have our fire monsters, we have our lightning monsters, water. Do we have poison? I don't remember if we have poison or not. I'll have to check up on that. But we have a good amount, and and obviously those are well about. However, we have not seen, as of right now, any type of ice types, of ice element monsters. And obviously, the question begs: how are we going to be able to see ice type element monsters? We have the rainforest, obviously, and we have the Windward Plains, Scarlet Forest, Windward Plains, and neither of those seem to have in their extreme weather patterns, or in just in general, any type of show for ice monsters. And usually, ice monsters show up in, you know, ice cold locations. And it's so far there hasn't been any as of right now. However, I can't help but realize the inspiration they're taking with the game and said game and with everything, and it seems to be a mix of, well, actually, first off, I should say how they've been going on so far with their monsters and all that, having inspirations. Obviously, with starting with Rise, with the yokai of Rise, and obviously the inclusion of certain monsters because of said yokai, and then with Sunbreak with more English stuff, like the vampires and the Frankensteins, the bees, and the birds and the ants. So you might be wondering what kind of inspiration to go with here, if they are going with any inspiration. I can't help to realize, you know, that they seem to be going for a new world type thing, new exploration type thing, Forbidden Land. And all the monsters seem to relate, and obviously the weather patterns and everything seem to relate to Africa. And I'll show up a picture of Africa or something. Obviously, it relates to Africa in a sense, and it makes sense. You have the Windward Plains, which could be, and it looks like too, which could be representative of the savannah. I mean, it has extreme storm patterns, which obviously the savannah does have. And then you obviously have the rainforest, which is the more middle section of Africa. Obviously, with the rain patterns and flooding and all that stuff, obviously. Now, interesting enough, if we follow that trend, we have obviously the Windward Plains in the, well, it's most likely going to be your first place you visit. It'll be in the middle, and you have to follow the river. I don't remember specifically where you go to get to the rainforest. I'm assuming to the left. To the left. I'm gonna say to the left because you'll see why. So I say to the left because that's obviously going inwards towards Africa, I believe. That or I'm dumb. Probably just dumb. Now, more interesting is how we have two big locales. Usually in our games we have a bunch of locales. As of right now, we have our main locale and in our forest locale. However, another big staple is the deserts. The desert locales have been in the game for quite some time. I think almost every single gen. Obviously, not including the mountainous locales, which they don't have in every sequel yet, I'm pretty sure. Because they didn't have it in Rise, right? Yeah, yeah. And so I'm thinking now that because if we're going to look at Africa as our inspiration here and towards what we're looking at, we could see that obviously there's rainforest, there is savanna, and there is desert. There is a desert. And so if we look at the map of Sunburn, of wilds, we could see in the main screenshot, there is a section over in the right hand side, I'm going to pull it up anyways, where you could see a very expansive desert. Now, I don't know if that like is a part of the Windward Plains. We haven't seen much of the other places of the Windward Plains. It does seem to have desert as well. It's mostly savanna, but it also has desert aspects to it. However, if that is the case, then I don't find it surprising if we do see ice type monsters in that desert. A main factor of the desert, obviously, is it's cold temperatures. Obviously at night, and obviously the hot sun of the morning, which also could help us, or could roll back to the hot drinks and the cool drinks that they could add in the game. However, there's obviously that aspect of what do you mean? How could that be happening? If we go back to I'm pretty sure it's the dunes back in not Gens, in 4U, there are two versions of it. There's the day version and the night version. The day version, obviously, you need your hot drinks. It's the hot, sun and all that stuff. However, there is the night version. The night version, which inhabits colder, more, frigid monsters. Pretty sure Zamtros appears there. I think it was just Zamtros. I don't remember, but it was definitely colder, and you definitely needed a cool drink for that one. And so I'm thinking, if we do get new stuff, and maybe we will, I'm thinking that we could get a look at this desert locale. And so we could have new monsters, be ice-based and all that stuff, because we still need like at least one more locale, because it would be kind of weird if you introduce these apexes and there's only two of them. So I'm thinking there's gonna be at least like in 4U or like in Generations, where there's gonna be three apexes and then the flagship, which is 4 monsters. Obviously, the 3 apexes aren't a part of the flagship in any way. They're just top predators of the ecosystem. However, I think that would be a better case than just creating 2 apexes. It'd be a little weird if it was just 2 and then the flagship. So I'm thinking that this new locale, the desert one, will have something to do with ice and the night and how its extreme or weather phenomenon will do with the frigid cold because of said icy nature of a desert. And that is where I will get to the point of where we will see returning monsters that are frigid related or that are more icy related. Like, and if we're going off of our African theory, Gammoth. Obviously, Gammoth is based off of a mammoth, but is also an elephant too. It's a relative of the elephant. So, that being said, it would seem fair for our friend the Gammoth to reappear, as it is the only one of the Fated Four to not have reappeared as of recent gens. We had Glavenus in World, we had Mizitsune in Rise, and then Astalos in Sunbreak, which obviously, if we consider Sunbreak a whole entire new game, they all get introduced into one game each. And so Gammoth seems plausible as our final of the Fated Four, as it is like the biggest one to be introduced into the game. And because of Uthduna, our Scarlet Forest Apex, it seems that they could handle adding in bigger monsters. Obviously, Uduna is like a really huge monster, and as of right now, they seem to be very keen on showing returning monsters, along with new ones. Obviously, we got Yian Kutkut in our recent extended trailer, and then we got Kongalala in a live stream of the Scarlet Forest, which obviously, again, makes sense. Kongalala is a monkey or ape, and obviously apes exist in the rainforest of Africa. So that's where I'm going to go with. That's where I'm going with this, and that's where we may see ice monsters, because it definitely seems like at the moment they're holding up with a good amount of monster rosters. Who else do I think you might see? I don't know. You might, of course, we still have a plausible theory of snake monsters, which we could be seeing with the return of the desert biome. Obviously, there's deserty snakes. I don't know if there's savanna or obviously there's rainforest snakes, but I don't think they exist in Africa. And I don't remember or recall any savanna snakes. Tell me in the comments, obviously. But yes, there's obviously the chance of seeing Najarala return, along with Tidal Najarala, who I believe also appeared during the night times of the dunes in For You. But yeah, that's all I have for today, honestly. I just want to talk about this little theory I had, a little tidbit of what we might be seeing Wednesday. Obviously, once we get to Wednesday, I will not stream it. I will record it. I will do my little video on it, and we will see how it goes. If my theory is correct, if we do get a third locale, obviously it's a big game. It would make sense if it was just 2 locales, but I think they're holding off on us right now as of right now, and it seems like they might be showing off a third locale. Since as of right now we know a bunch about the Windward Plains, we know a good chunk of Scarlet Forest, so I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of Scarlet Forest, and then also our new locale, and that's what's going to get us, as of right now, to towards the whole later half of November too, because we also have to get into perspective of the time frame of when the game comes out, February 25th. And so November is going to be all about this new locale, maybe. And then we get our new trailer in December, and then it's a long haul till then. And that's how I believe it's going to go, and that's how I believe Capcom is going to do this. And so, that's it for today, or at least now. I hope to see this new, or at least some parts of my theory to be correct, obviously. What are you looking forward to this Wednesday? I want to know in the comments. And obviously, we'll just have to see what Mr. Ryojo-san shows us. Yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which is Wednesday. Bye.